They're still here, the mother and the pups. The hive, I don't know how to describe it. You have to get here now. It's unbelievable. She's over there. I was so worried.
I see her. We'll take care of it.
It's okay, little ones. We're not going to hurt you.
Okay, get ready. Easy now. That's it. Just lie down here. Easy now, girl. We're getting them out. You're doing so good. Okay, girl, that should be the last of them. You're doing so good. It's all right now, girl. We'll get this sorted. Just hold still for me. There you go, easy now.
Everything's secure now. You can relax.
There you go, girl. Easy now. It's okay. Good girl.
Oh, hello there, little ones. You're safe now.